Take a breath. You just sucked in about half a liter of what we call air. You have heard this before, but even though you can't directly see it, air has a lot of stuff in it. It's mostly nitrogen and has a lot of oxygen as well as numerous other molecules. But you should know that all of those molecules are composed of those tiny, tiny things we call atoms. In a single breath, there are roughly 10 to the 22nd power of atoms. That number looks like this. Now for us, it is difficult to really make sense of how large this number is, but I'll try to give it some scale. Take another breath. Chances are at least one of the atoms in that breath you took has gone through the lungs of Jesus. And perhaps another atom has seen the inside of Julius Caesar's lungs, an atom from the lungs of Plato, and another from each of the previous popes. You just shared a breath with Christopher Columbus and Napoleon. Air actually mixes so quickly that you could have even felt the breath of Abraham Lincoln, Albert Einstein, John F. Kennedy, Elvis, Neil Armstrong, Gandhi, Hitler, Joseph Stalin, Richard Nixon, Barack Obama, Beyonce, and maybe even me. So all of your heroes have given you some of their existence. They did work to breathe some air molecules, exhale, and eventually those molecules found their way into your airstream. All of your heroes, all of your villains, those you love, those you look up to, those you dislike, those who you'd rather not share anything with, those who you'd like to share everything with. The reality is that we are all sharing. I have argued for you that we share the very air that we breathe. Maybe it wouldn't be difficult to convince you that we share at least some of the water we drink, and to some degree, the food that we eat. This is not your team's Earth. This is our Earth. All humanity, all creatures, and yeah, you share air with your dog, your cat, and every other animal on this Earth. So maybe the next time you take a breath, consider that feeling that everyone who has ever existed has had no choice but to pull in some air from those throughout history. Having a cosmic perspective on the place we live can sometimes be like a breath of fresh air. Be curious.